Get your breath back, folks. Get your breath back. What a game of football that was. Liverpool 2, Manchester City 2. Wow. Well, first of things first, let's go through the first half, which was absolutely not the best of first half, let's be honest with you. I think Liverpool were very, very sloppy. I think analysing the game, first 5-10 minutes, Liverpool started really well. We were on the front foot. But every single time City were going forward, I always had a feeling that City might have potentially, scored. I thought Foden was fantastic today. He had Milner on toast, you have to say. We will get to, obviously, James Milner in a wee bit as well. But first half, we were absolutely sloppy. I think passing astray, passing going awry as well. We weren't great. We weren't great in that first half. Let's put it that way. City could have been about 2, 3, maybe even 4 up at half time. It was just, if they had a number 9, an out and out striker, I think that they probably go on and win that game, in all honesty, because they were really, really good in that first half. Foden, Jesus, Grealish didn't have his best game. I'll say that now. I didn't think Grealish had his best game. Thought the midfield of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. To be fair, Kevin De Bruyne didn't have a great first half, but great second half as well. But if City had a recognised striker, they probably win that game in the first half. So you have to say that. So lucky to go in at 0-0 at half time. Obviously James Milner was booked in the first half. He could have potentially conceded a penalty. I mean, you've seen sort of decisions like that given, but you have to say, I think he was probably very, very fortunate not to concede. I know it was outside the box, in all honesty, but he was very, very lucky not to concede even a free kick or anything. But yeah, we were very, very sloppy, and yeah, very lucky to go in at half time 0-0. Coming out into the second half, it was all change. It looked like City were the leggy team going into that second half. Liverpool completely came out second half, all guns blazing, and took a very, very good lead as well. Mo Salah, Mo Salah didn't have his best first half. Well, look, I think probably the outstanding players in that first half were probably Alisson and probably Curtis Jones. The rest of them were very, very off today in that first half. But second half, completely different. I mean, Salah gets the ball, goes past Rodri, goes past Cancelo, plays a lovely ball into Sadio Mane, and it is a lovely, lovely finish from Sadio Mane. I mean, it's a very, very good finish. Hopefully now that kind of settles his season down, because I thought both of them were very, very good today, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. I thought they were very, very good. So 1-0, and we did actually threaten to make it 2 in the second half, but City do equalise. And to be fair, it's a very, very good counter-attack. Kevin De Bruyne plays the ball. Jesus goes past 4 players and plays in a lovely ball to Phil Foden, and manages to finish. And again, James Milner. Look, I think people will probably look at Milner looking at that goal, but 4 players have to try and get the ball off Jesus. But it's very, very good play from Jesus, you would have to say as well. So 1-1, and then Mo Salah produces an absolute magical moment where he gets the ball from Curtis Jones, goes past Laporte as he's no there, cuts back onto his right foot, and it is an absolute beauty of a finish as well. So really, really good finish, that one from Mohamed Salah. And then 2-2. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, has to be said that it was a good finish. It was a very, very good finish from Kevin De Bruyne. However, you'd have to say it's poor defending. It is poor defending again. Foden gets down the right hand side, plays into Kevin De Bruyne, and he probably should have defended it better. I mean, people are saying Raheem Sterling's offside. I don't think he's offside, in all honesty. But I think what that game showed is that Liverpool and Manchester City are probably the two best teams in the Premier League. Yes, I know Chelsea are top at the moment, and I know Manchester United have been carrying out a bit of a race as well. They have quite faltered quite recently, but they are only 2 points off the top as well, which is very, very interesting. Now to the big talking point, James Milner. He was very, very lucky to be on the pitch, in my opinion. I think he does bring down Bernardo Silva, and you understand why. People thought it was Jordan Henderson to begin with. But you can understand that was, I think he was lucky. I think he was really, really lucky there as well. And it has to be said that I think James Milner, on another day, he probably gets a second yellow card for that. And, he's very, very lucky. And, again, VAR, you could probably say that VAR is probably, that would probably get him off. But what you have to say is that it was a fascinating game of football, 2-2 in the end. I mean, Manchester City had only conceded 1 goal in the Premier League going into this game, and Liverpool are still the unbeaten side in the Premier League this season as well. But City will be ruining their chances. I think they'll be ruining that they didn't get the win, and they will be disappointed to go away with a draw in that game as well. But 2-2, cracking game of football. Not a great first half, but a fantastic second half. 4 goals. I said 2-2 in the predictions in the Premier League predictions, but I just had a feeling that somebody was going to win that game, and you have to say City were probably the team that were going to look like to win it as well. But 2-2, it's a good result. We have not lost, and City go out there with a point. So I'm just going to go into my player ratings. Alisson, I think he didn't really do anything wrong today. He hasn't got any chance for the goals. Yes, you could probably say Matip has to potentially do better. I mean, he does try to get out of the way, but I think Alisson's actually saving that. I think he's actually saving that shot as well. So that was disappointing. But I thought Ali kept us in the game in that first half. Couple of very, very good saves from Foden. And yet again, he did it again in the second half. I think a couple of other good saves as well. But Alisson, I will give him a 7. James Milner, I mean, he was okay attacking, but Foden had him on toast. Today. That was definitely something to be said for sure. I think because obviously he's got booked, you'd obviously have to put him down a mark. So I'm going to give Milner a 6. I think 6 probably a little bit kind to him, but for me, I think it was definitely a 6 for James Milner. Joel Matip, I think he was good. I didn't think he was great. He was always allowing City down there, down that right of ours, and I think not having Trent Alexander-Arnold there, I think has definitely affected them for sure. But I think Matip, I'll give Matip a 6.5. I think 6.5 is probably fair for Joel Matip. Virgil van Dijk, again, I don't think the two centre backs had a very, very good game in all honesty. But Van Dijk, I think, was clearing things, clearances, and won most of his aerial duels in there. So I think he was slightly better than Matip. So I'm going to give him a 7. Andy Robertson, I think, from obviously watching him against Porto, he was back to his best today. Took a little bit of time to get him going. But once Liverpool got that first goal, there was a wee bit in the second half where he was really, really pumped up. You could see it in his veins. The crowd were definitely getting pumped up, and he was getting pumped up as well. So I think it was very, very good from Andy Robertson. But I'll give him
I think probably in the first half it's probably a 6.5, and it's probably a 7 in the second half. So I'll go 7. I'll go 7 for Andy Robertson. Fabinho will be, interestingly enough, wondering how he hasn't scored. But you have to say, Rodri, it's a fantastic block from Rodrigo as well. I think he did really, really well today. Fabinho didn't have his best game as well. Again, in that first half, passes astray. Passes were going left, passes were going right. They weren't going to any players. They seemed to be kept going to Manchester City as well. So I don't think it was Fabinho's best game, but I'm going to give him a 6.5. I think he was pretty better in the second half. And yes, he'd be wondering how he didn't score that chance. But apart from that, I thought he was excellent in that second half for sure. Jordan Henderson is a very weird one because I think he was very leggy. I didn't think he was great today. I don't think playing on that left-hand side has really done him much good, in all honesty. I don't think he can play the left-hand side of midfield. If he's going to play in the midfield, he has to be right. He has to be right in the midfield for me, because I don't think he's that great on the left-hand side. So I like Hendo. Absolutely love what he's done for this football club. But unfortunately today, I just didn't think he was up to speed. So I will give Henderson a 6. Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones was the better of the two midfielders. In all honesty, I think he was very, very good today. Probably one of the standouts in that first half, because you'd probably say that the second half he was much better. Obviously gets the assist for Mo Salah's goal as well, so that was very, very good. So Curtis, I'll give him a 7. And then we move into the attack. Sadio Mane. Well, I mean, Sadio Mane for me. I mean, the first half he didn't look great, but that second half, I tell you, you give him a chance, you give him and Mo Salah chances, he will put them away. And cracking finish as well. And he always looked a lot more dangerous, attacking, obviously, Kyle Walker. And obviously he had Salah on the other flank, attacking Cancelo. So I think probably for first half, it'd probably be a 6.5. But for the second half, he's obviously got the goal. I think it's probably going to be a 7.5 for Sadio Mane. Diogo Jota. I thought Diogo Jota actually played okay today. Worked hard a lot. Did get booked for a very, very silly challenge on Cancelo. But you'd have to say, I think it was a very, very good performance from Diogo Jota. But I'll give him a 7. I think he was good in that attack for sure. And then the man of the match for me, it was obviously given on Sky, was Mo Salah. I mean, 2 absolutely magical bits of skill and a great pass for Sadio Mane to score the first goal. And then the second goal, he has just put Laporte back to Spain. It was fantastic play from Mo Salah. Takes it on his right, takes it on his left, and curls a fantastic shot past Ederson. It's just fantastic from Salah. And yeah, again, I think that's now, 7 goals this season, 5 in the Premier League, which is mad. If he keeps up this numbers, then you have to say Mo Salah is probably going to get 20, maybe 30. It's been a very, very good start to the season, and if I'm wanting Salah to stay, give him what he wants, because he was fantastic today, really, really good. So he's my man of the match. So he's getting an 8 as well. Substitutions, obviously, Roberto Firmino came on, and I thought he did okay. I thought he did pretty well. Came on for a tired Jota. Jota did look tired earlier on today as well. I'll give him a 7 for Firmino. I think Firmino did well. Gomez down the right hand side. I mean, look, it's good to see Gomez back. Had to come on for Milner, who was very, very lucky to obviously be on the pitch. That is for sure. But Gomez, I think you probably give him a 6, standard 6 really. I don't think he did do much wrong at all as well. So that is the match reaction. That is the player ratings. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of the game. We've managed to get a 2-2 draw, and now we regroup for the Watford game. After 2 weeks as well. Now, there will be no more uploads for a week. I am taking a little bit of a break. So I hope everyone has a very, very good good couple of weeks until obviously the Watford game. I'll be back with some content from the 11th of October. So enjoy not hearing my dulcet Scottish tones. But I just want to say thank you for everyone for their support so far. And obviously continue to do it as well. But until then, it is goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Let me know your thoughts on the match. Let me know your man of the match as well. And we will see what happens against Watford. And fingers crossed that no players get injured on international break. But that is all from me. I will see you all in a week's time. Enjoy the international break. I know international breaks are rubbish, but we will see you again for the Watford game. Take care. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds. Bye.